there's obviously been several strange things about the upcoming generation that's different from the previous generations. I mean, obviously, just with everything that's going on in the world, obviously we're going to have some parts that aren't totally known just yet. There's things that are going to leak out. There's things that are going to be kind of said without any kind of big announcement and things like that. And this is one of those instances. And it's not that this doesn't deserve big announcements. It's just that, how many events can they honestly have where all this big stuff is going to be announced at one time? I think it's obvious that this stuff was going to leak out, and good for Sony. I mean, it's good news, so I don't see why this would be looked at as a bad thing at all, and I really do think it would be a fantastic thing for everybody. And honestly, it puts Microsoft on their heels as well, so that's good. Competition drives everything. So this should be a very interesting video. I'm looking forward to doing it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with yet another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that. I really do appreciate the support. The easiest way is to simply like it. Please take a minute to consider maybe subscribing if you enjoy the content. I do content every single day, at least a video a day, usually depending on what the news is. So yeah, I really do appreciate it. Everything's unscripted and done off the cuff. I'm very passionate about this stuff, so that should hopefully come across to you guys, and thank you so much for the support. It means the world to me. So with that being said, obviously we're in a very tumultuous time. Look, Deathloop just got delayed today. That was a PlayStation 5 launch timed exclusive. So that means that things are looking a little bit thin on all sides. Again, I think that, Miles Morales will still make launch, and I still think there'll be some launch games, but Halo missing launch, and, Deathloop's missing a launch, and, just with the way that developers have to work from home right now, it really kind of begs the question of, will this be one of the weaker launch lineups that we've seen? Now, if we go back to just this current generation, Xbox One launched with some pretty good games, Killer Instinct, Dead Rising 3, Rise Son of Rome, Forza Motorsport 5, they also had some other things as like Zoo Tycoon, I think. I mean, lesser things for sure. And then in the first few months of 2014, they of course got Titanfall. And then on the PlayStation side, they launched not a spectacular launch with Knack and Killzone and Resogun. And then you had infamous Second Son launch a few months later, pretty much up against Titanfall. So, not spectacular. I thought Xbox's was really good. Sony's wasn't. This gen, I think it's a little bit different. I think Spider-Man is a huge name, and I think it really kind of beats anything that Microsoft has, especially with Halo being delayed now. But with that being said, people are going to probably base their purchases on a few things. What did they gain most on this generation? I feel like if you game mostly on PlayStation, you're probably going to get a PlayStation 5 first. I mean, that just makes the most sense. If you gamed on Xbox, you'll probably get an Xbox first. If you had both, you might go wherever you feel more comfortable. If you liked Horizon Zero Dawn and you want to get the sequel next year, that's probably what you'll get first. Since you can only play one at a time, I see a lot of people probably just buying one or the other and then maybe picking up the other later. But again, price is going to play a huge role in what we're going to see in terms of sales and things like that. Now, when it comes to, the games and stuff, I think some people usually buy a console. At least this is what I was told, right? I was told last year, I was told that early on in this generation that people bought a PlayStation 4 instead of an Xbox One, despite the Xbox One having better games, because they trusted Sony. And I didn't believe that at the time. I didn't understand that. But I get that now, right? I really get that. I think that, it's just one of those situations where you kind of have your fanboy blinders on or whatever. And as far as I can tell, I believe that now. I was wrong in that instance where I thought that, buying a console for the perceived exclusives or whatever because you have a trust for that company is a real thing. And I, bravo to the Sony fans that proved me wrong. So at the end of the day, Sony was able to procure and produce a ton of great exclusives, much better and much more often than Xbox. And, I look at that and I look at next generation and I think that's probably going to continue to be the case. I can understand Sony's delivered every single generation. Microsoft really failed this generation badly for their fans. So with that being said, I just really feel like this is one of those things where Sony sort of kind of takes back some of that advantage away from Microsoft if this is true. So if you're new to my channel, I always link every news story in the description below so you can just source it out yourself and see for yourself. Also, I always go ahead and, if it's an opinion piece, obviously that doesn't need to be sourced. If it's a leak or a rumor, even like this sort of, I'm going to link that if I can, which I am, or if it's something somebody told me in confidence, obviously I can't do that. So that's a situation where I really, just kind of say take it with a grain of salt, which you always got to take any rumor or leak with a grain of salt, honestly. That's the best way to do it. So this, obviously, we got a lot of Xbox news. It looks like the Series S is real. It's pretty underpowered in my opinion. You look at the Xbox One X, or Xbox Series X, excuse me, very powerful console, looks to be very expensive. So now it looks like the PS5 release date is set and the console price is set. So, again, grain of salt for this, but this looks like apparently like developers have sort of let this out of the bags there as well. The PS5 price is going to be positioned at $499 for the standard, $399 for the digital only, which, to be fair, does go in line with a lot of other retailer listings and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm going to link this. So according to this, Xbox Series S is going to release in November 5th. At $399. The X is going to be $499. The PS5 is going to release on November 13th and be $499 with the digital $399. So take it with a little bit grain of salt, but there are developers that are also saying this. There's also been multiple leaks saying this. Obviously, November launch window is exactly what everybody expects. It's already been confirmed that the PlayStation will launch in the holiday season, which every PlayStation has launched in November. Let's just be real. And also, Xbox, that obviously has sort of been confirmed. They already confirmed the launch for November, not the specific date yet. So we do have a little bit to work out on that. But, when are we going to actually get these officially announced? It doesn't look like till September sometimes, okay? But, that's going to be weird. If it comes September 13th or September 6th, or we get news around those dates, then it could be an interesting situation where we literally only have 2 months to realistically go out and, and realistically kind of prepare ourselves mentally and physically to buy these things. So that's going to be incredibly interesting to see how that works out, and it's going to be incredibly interesting to see exactly what Sony can do in the meantime, because we don't even know the specific launch exclusives or launch games, like what's coming out, or what's the prices. Are the prices going to be $70? Like, that's, to me, is a big, huge question mark. Like, I would love to know what exactly is going on, or when are we going to get these games, what's coming, when. Like, there's so much unanswered with only a few months to go. It's very much one of those things where it's a little bit frustrating, and I understand it, but at the same time, it's just like, tell us the price, tell us what's going on so that we get a better idea on how much we're going to need to set aside, and, pretty much got to kind of get an idea of what the games are going to be. Like, I really do hope that, because I would love to get both, and maybe I will, but I really do think that, I hope that Microsoft has something, a surprise somewhere up their sleeve for the launch of their console, because the medium ain't going to cut it, in my opinion. Like, I have no interest in that, or Scorn, or like if it's just getting the console to play old games, and that's the reason why I would not get it. I think I really just think that they need to do a better job sort of locking down some of these exclusives and things like that. Sony, it seems like they have some surprises planned, like maybe these Batman games or something, or the Suicide Squad game will be, I don't think they'll be exclusive, but if they release around the launch or at launch, that's a good reason to pick one up, because I love those games. But maybe I'll have to pick one up on Xbox Series X. I don't know. But the main thing is, we might be in for a little bit of a strange time, just like we are with movies, if you think about it, because the movie situation and TV situation, like, we're not paying for it quite yet because it's summertime, but you know, now that movies aren't being made or released in theaters and television shows aren't specifically being made right now, there's going to come like this months long lull where we aren't getting any kind of entertainment. You know, I think it's going to be that same way with video games. We might end up not getting as much as we thought, and that could impact everything. You know, like, I want to get these consoles and I'm excited about it, but at the same time, we need the content to be there as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Sound off, hit me up on Twitter at @the_Crapgamer, Xbox Live, MOH space Crapgamer, PSN, just Crapgamer. You know, I really do appreciate the feedback, the support, all that kind of good stuff. It means the world to me. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for rocking out with me. Stay safe, happy, healthy. Rack 'em up, my friends. Game on. Game on. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.